Good evening. What's up, Hope Shot family? Welcome back to Sunday Night Live here on the Hope Shot. Man, it has been a great weekend. And we got one more week. I don't know about y'all, but I got one more week left of work. And then I have a week off from Christmas to New Year's Eve. And I'm super excited. And I'm just looking forward to it, man. I need that break, that recharge. Yeah.
So excited.
Yeah. Hey.
Didn't
Hey, what do
disappear?
Yeah, she'll be back. Hey, man, we need everybody to check up on your Buccaneers, Tampa Bay Buccaneer friends. They're not okay right now.
We are not okay.
They are not okay. I don't know what that's like, but Caesar sure does, and he lets me know that we need to check on people, you know?
Yeah.
So
Here, before I read it.
What?
Hey, Hope Shot fan, look at this lineup tonight. Freaking love you. Great for you. Hey, Dustin, I just want you to know that it was a rough night for the Bucks, and I'm here for you. Because he's a Bucks fan.
Yeah, I figured that, you know. Well, you want us to read the clarity statement why I got you up there, Caesar?
Sure. The Hope Shot clarity statement. We here at the Hope Shot are a group of people in recovery spreading inspiration. We come from all different walks of life and pathways of recovery. Our verbiage may be different at times, but we all have one thing in common. Recovery is a lifestyle. We support all pathways of recovery. It doesn't matter how you get from A to Z, just get there. And thank you for being a part of our Hope Shot family.
Thank you so much, Caesar.
My pleasure.
So if you guys just jumping on, say what's up. Let us know you're here. You know, tell us how your week has been, how your weekend's been. If you're struggling with anything, whatever it is, let us know in the comments. You know, put them up there. Let's see if we can help you. Maybe put some light into this darkness that you're going through right now. Tonight's topic is going to be making you a priority. You know, in light of what's just happened this past week, you know, with Twitch committing suicide, how everything looks gravy on the outside and it looks good on Facebook and it looks great everywhere else and everybody sees you smile, but on the inside you're dying. You know, on the inside that you just can't take it anymore. You know, you could have the best life in the world and like all money and influence and all these things, and you're still not good enough because the inside is just a mess and it's chaotic. And you know, I think it's good that we talk about this, man, because making us a priority, it doesn't matter about the outside world or what's going on the outside. We have to make sure everything in here is okay. And that's up here too. You know, this is very important. You know, we got to make sure we keep it healthy. And it depends on what it is, what works for you, because we have to try different things and sometimes it doesn't work, you know? So we always have to kind of evolve as we go, trying new, healthier things to get this thing in check. You know, I just had to do it. And that's why I had to back away from the Hope Shot a little bit to try to get this thing right. Because if I'm not right, what else am I good? I'm pouring from an empty cup like we always talk about. And then I might be hurting people more than I'm actually doing good. And that's not good either. That's not fair to a lot of people. Also in my own hometown, you know, on Tuesday, there was a murder-suicide. There was 3 suicide attempts on one day and 2 people died from it. 1 people lived. But it's really going on, and it's not talked about enough until somebody that's of an influence or somebody that's famous actually has it happen to them. And then we talk about it more, you know, and I think it's sad that that's the way it has to be, but it is what it is, you know, at least we're talking about it a little bit more now. So that is the topic for today. And actually, I was actually talking to a good friend of mine on this past week, you know, talking about putting your health first too, you know, because we always pour into everybody else, man, putting everybody's priorities before ours. And that's not good either. It's a form of people pleasing, you know, always making sure everybody else is okay before we're okay. And then when we break down, who's there going to be there for us? So, you know, I think this is a very important topic, and I think we need to talk about it way more, not just have it once in a blue moon, but, you know, definitely keeping you as a priority is very, very important. Because as the analogy goes, when you're going in a plane and you're going down and you got your kid sitting next to you and the oxygen masks come out, who are you going to put it on first, your kid or you? And it's always you, because you are not good for anybody else unless you're saving yourself first. So with that, I'm gonna say what's up some people, and then we'll get right into it. Let's see. We got Joshua Sanders shared. Thank you, my friend. We got Brittany. Good to see you. Hey, Hope Shot family, miss you guys. We miss you too. Good to see you here tonight. We got Dustin says, it's all good, bro. The Lightning kicked ass still, and I got to do some reading instead. Focused on the positives here. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, turn that shit around real quick. The foosball. What's up, Scott? Good to see you here, my friend. We got Teresa. Hello from New Mexico. I am grateful, recovering addict. Welcome. We got Julie James shared. Good evening. Thank you, Julie. We got Amy Royal. We got Twitch committed suicide. Yes, Twitch committed suicide this past week. He was found in a motel with a gunshot wound. Let's see. We got Scott says, after getting clean, I stopped comparing myself to people on social media and started worrying about what I wanted in me and went out of my life. And I just realized that was the easiest way. We all go through it. We all have them rough times, and there's always tomorrow to be better and do better, and hopefully better things happen. Exactly. Today's a new day. Tomorrow's a new day to wake up and do better than we did yesterday or today. We got Alicia. Good to see you. What's up, Hope Shot? Good to see y'all. Let's see. We got Dustin says, fantastic topic. The Twitch suicide was hard for me to read about. I still tend to hide every bad thing or problem I'm having behind a fake smile, and I'm fine mask. I'm trying really hard to be more open and vulnerable with people I trust, because I know this isn't a game. It's life or death, and I need help. Exactly, man. That's what it's about, reaching out. Let's see. We got Mary Lynn. Good to see you. We got Lauren. Hey, good to see you, and congratulations. She hasn't celebrated a year yet, but congratulations on a year. I think she's in on tomorrow or the next day. I don't know which one, but if we don't see you, we don't hear from you, congratulations on your year. In the next 2 days, I'll front you a couple days. Screw it. Johnny, what's up, man? Good to see you, man. And then we got Karen. Good Sunday evening, my family. Good to see you. So, Tiffany, I'm gonna put it on you. I haven't been on here. I want to hear from you. You always give.
Hi, Hope family. Man, it's an interesting time of the year too to talk about it, right? Because I feel for my timeline, it's been flooded with people reminding others, that during this time of year, it's so easy to get caught up in because I get it. When sometimes people talk about of course the winter blues, right? And it happens on many different levels for different factors, but for me, a lot of times it comes down to I worry so much about, am I doing enough? Am I being enough? Am I getting enough? Am I, as far as for gifts for others, right? And am I just there's this weight of, am I doing it the way it's supposed to be done, right? And then I get so caught up in it that I lose sight of just the fun in it, right? If we're not having fun. Anyway, so with Christmas and the winter blues and the stress and then the slowdown, right? Because really, for me, when I meditate and read in the Bible, and I got to slow down, and this is just a time to kind of recenter, reconnect, and know that second chances are here for us, right? And I got to give myself a second chance. And I have to really check in and be honest with myself first about, what am I feeling so uptight about? What is this weight that I feel is sitting on top of me? And then I have to actually verbalize that, which for me and a lot of other people is the hardest part. I can sit here, and I have now multiple times in the last week, I know what's going on inside of here and the weight that I feel. But I don't want to talk about it because for me, in my mind, I tell myself that it's silly and get over it. It's just kind of how. But then once I actually poor Justin had to listen to my cry fit, and I got it all out. And then after verbalizing it, as stupid as it sounded to myself as I said it out loud, it was released, it was let go, and I was able to, like, let the weight was lifted, and I'm like, "Ah, this is just the most beautiful time in the world." Like, I was able to let go of all of the fears, you know? And so, like, it's as simple it's so simple, but yet it's, like, the hardest thing in the whole wide world is to, like, verbalize, right? Because we have all these true choked up feelings and emotions and weights and thoughts and feelings inside, and to actually open and verbalize and to be able to get somebody that's willing to listen and understand without trying to fix or make it better, just somebody that can we trust enough to listen to it. And see, that's where, with this whole mental, like Justin was saying with Twitch, and then, like, Justin said that it was so crazy that it happened on the same day, the same morning. I didn't even know it was Twitch that he was talking about that morning, because it happened. I was watching the news. It happened right in our area, to an actual family, and obviously Twitch is a family, but, like, in our area, it hit closer to home, right? Where suicide becomes the option because they're so done. They're so done. And it's like, what is it? We were talking about, like, being able to just forcing ourselves to talk about it. If there's things going on in your life that you are just done with, you are at that breaking point. You're getting close to the breaking point, like, trying to really find the 10 minutes to sit down and be honest with yourself inside your mind first, of what is causing me to feel like I'm getting to a breaking point, and then, putting a name on it, and then breaking that down into what can I do to change this, and really giving yourself options. And if you're not being able to come up with those options, how can I change this? That's where verbalizing, talking to somebody, talking to other people about it, and listen to, and letting them know, hey, I'd like some suggestions, because of course we all have to. I feel like sometimes part of verbalizing it is, like, I had to let my husband know, I just need to get this out. Like, I don't want answers, I don't want opinion, I don't want solution, I don't want anything. I just need to get this out, right? And I got it out, and it was done, and we laughed at, well, I cried and laughed at this, and it was done, and moved on, right? But then there are times where sit down and I need to meditate, and need to figure out, why am I getting to this breaking point where I am so far done with everything that and break it down, and then maybe talk to a person or two and try to figure out, how can I change this? Because it's like, there's always something we can do to change the situation that we're in. And but it can be really hard to open our mouths and say that we're done. It can be really hard to open our mouths and say that we're fed up. And it can be really hard, thinking of the Twitch situation. And I'm sure many people can agree, where, like, all of us think, oh, he had the most wonderful life, and he had the family and the kids and the money and the influence and the power and the choices and the opportunity and and it's like, the we all, in some form or fashion, kind of idolize those things, right? But as we've been shown, there's so much evidence to prove that, like, those are not the things in life that will feed you and make you happy. um and it's like, for him, maybe he felt so much pressure from all those things, right, that he was scared to open his mouth to say he wasn't happy, because he should have been happy according to society. Like, bless the man's soul, had he come out and, like, said, I don't know him, so I apologize if he maybe did reach out. But, like, I can just imagine the pressure I would feel, having everything in the whole wide world that society tells me I'm supposed to be the happiest man in the world, and yet I'm in here feeling the way I'm feeling, like I'm done. And being able to verbalize that, like, I can't even imagine. I wouldn't be able to like, I can and I can't, right? And so, like, then, of course, after all of us are reaching out via video form and messages to our peoples, like, hey, checking in, because it's like, yo, listen, let's all make an effort, attempt to really reach out to people to check in, because, man, none of us want this happening close to home. And then it's like, I read this meme, and it really has stuck in my mind, because it's like, we can sit here and reach out to our people, and we can sit here and send out these messages and videos on Facebook, letting people know, hey, we're here, and if you need help, please open up, let's talk, we have resources. But at the same time, it's as simple as holding that door open for that stranger and giving a little smile. And when the person makes a mistake that really ticks you off out at the store because you're in a freaking rush and you gotta freaking go, really finding somehow that inner peace to breathe in, breathe out, and smile at them and just be like, "Ah, it's all good. Merry Christmas, man." And spreading those little tiny moments of kindness, because those are those people that are out there that are feeling that same way inside, and none of us never know. And all I feel like all of us, all no matter what walk of life we're in, we all are feeling some sort of inside turmoil on some factor and level for whatever is going on in our lives that like, and it's easy for us to be nice and kind and loving to all of our circle, right? And to the people we care most about, right? But then it's like that person on the road that's speeding by me and then weaving in and out of cars, I'm the first one to scream out and call them a not very nice name. But yet, if like I could remain calm and maybe say a prayer for that person, and go to kindness. It's those little tweaks of changing. What can I do to help out in the world out there, to be kinder, to make the world a kinder place, to make it a more open space for people to feel like it's okay to say, I'm not okay, I'm not happy, even though the world tells me I should be happy and I have all these blessings in the world. I want to feel like I have a safe place to open up and just say, man, I'm not okay and I don't want this anymore. Like sometimes I think about that, like where we get so like right here in my life today, what if I didn't want any of this anymore? And that's where I'm literally about to either commit suicide and I'm done with all of this, and or I just want something different. Am I allowed to say that? I feel like are we is there an open space to like I don't know. It's such a touchy subject for me because I can go deep into it. So I'm going to stop because I love you all and I know how hard it is. And I feel like a lot of us struggle so much with just verbalizing it. And there's so much going on the inside. And then we talk ourselves. We know how messy it can get in here. And then to actually let it out, man, it's crazy. But I love you all. And it's beautiful Christmas season. And let's be thankful and let's if you need a place for Christmas, come on over because I love you all. So,
Hey, babe, and it's exactly that. It's verbalizing, but it's also being aware of it, right? Because sometimes we could be all up in this shitstorm and we can't even be aware that we're like in this, as what's his name says, void, right? And we're in the void. And I always use that because it makes sense. Like we're in this realm where, like, we're just a mess and we can't see ourselves. We're like on autopilot, you know? And I also will say that like you just like you said, the people that like speeding past you or being douchebags on the road or whatever, you doing all those things out of kindness, it's not for them. You know what I mean? You're not giving them grace. I say it all the time. I said it to somebody not so long ago. You're not giving them grace, apologizing or forgiving them, right? Or saying a prayer for them. You're doing it for yourself. Because when I get all hot and bothered and get out of character, man, like I can do that real quick. I'm really good at that. I am way more good at doing that, getting messed up and out of whack and jumping to anger so quick than I am about being on the positive side and showing kindness. So, and that's something I've been practicing as well. Not just like tone it down a little bit, man. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be like that anymore. I'm very comfortable in woof, don't zoom in. Very comfortable at the anger emoji, I should say. I'm really good at it. I'm not good at all the other emotions. So let's see. Let me read some comments and then I'll pass it on to Caesar. Let's see. And Lauren did say it's tomorrow, so congratulations. Let's see. She's back, baby. I was wondering why. I was like, she ain't sleeping, is she?
The Mexican restaurant behind me must have like shut off their router. They're like, this chick's tapping into our internet.
She's like, no free ride. Let's see. We got Stephanie says, currently trying to teach my daughter to talk to someone that when she's overwhelmed instead of keeping it in. Hard to teach her when I have a hard time myself. Stay strong, everyone. It's a tough time of the year for so many people. Yes, it is. And I hope you can help you and your daughter get, be able to talk. It's just all about verbalizing what's going on, just like Tiffany said. And it's important, because if closed mouth don't get fed, that's what I always say. Let's see, we got Jamie. What's up, Jamie? Thank you for sharing. We got Christina. If you guys haven't shared this live feed yet, please share it. We'd love to get this message out there to anybody that's willing to listen. We got Scott says money is not everything. That's facts, my friend. And he says, Tiffany, you have a beautiful heart. Dustin says, love you guys and appreciate you all so much. So Caesar.
Sorry, I'm dealing with Ollie wants to be on camera really bad tonight.
So he's a co-star.
Oh, he's just the star around here.
Yeah.
So I struggle with putting myself first. Like, I'll put that out there. I like, my inner voice always tells me I'm not doing enough. And my inner voice always tells me I'm being lazy. If I don't make it to the gym 6 days a week, I'm going to be fat. And like, just all these things. Like, I always have this, or, I'm a total screw up or this and that. And it drives me to do more and more and more, which to a small extent is good. It's made me successful, but to a larger extent, it burns me out. And it also, that coupled with not wanting to be a burden. So I never share the stuff because I don't want to put it on anybody else. I've got my group of guys that I talk to, but it's not like I'm really sharing that burden with people as much as I should. And that's why I'm being transparent right now. I carry a lot, I carry a lot of self-imposed crap on my back and a lot of real life responsibilities on my back. And I'm good at checking on other people. I'm good at calling people and making sure they're okay and listening. And I believe we had a whole show on here on basically the you can't pour from an empty cup thing, So this is a good topic tonight. I love to be giving and kind and to help people, but I don't help myself all that much. My wife is fantastic. Probably over the past, 3-4 months, she's really dove deep spiritually and done a lot of internal work. And I've looked at her and I've been like, man, like, that is literally what I should be doing right there. Like, she's taking care of the inside and she's making sure that her spirit is good, that her mental health is good. She knows how to say no. She knows how to say no. That's enough. I'm turning it off for today. And I'm bad at saying no. Like, I was just texting with a customer on Sunday night at 6:30, I let that happen. I could have ignored that until Monday morning, but the voice in my head goes, "Oh man, you better get that." You better answer. That's what you're supposed to do. If you don't answer, it might be a catastrophe. It's not a catastrophe, but it's a good topic because yes, during the holidays we all talk about giving and taking care of others, but I don't really hear an ongoing theme of, hey, it's the holidays, let's take care of ourselves. It's extra stress on everybody financially. Like, we want to be good mothers, fathers. We want to be Santa. We want to do all that. We also want to help other people. And it takes a toll. It really does. It takes a toll after a while. I always have to go back to basics. And really, my basics are picking up the phone. I don't have like the graduate level of, I just have the basic things that got me where I am that I lean back on. Pick up the phone, call people, talk to them about what's going on. Do I do it enough? No, I pick up the phone and I ask people how they're doing and I let them barf on me. I don't really do the, hey man, I'm calling because I'm having a bad day. You know, can you just listen to this for a few minutes? I don't do it enough for myself. I do it more for the other person. But in turn, it typically does take me outside of myself, and then I don't really worry so much. But you know, there's been a whole men's mental health thing on social media that's been talking about, and I don't want to separate it between men and women, but there's a mindset, or at least I have a mindset that I can't fail. You know, I can't let people down. I can't let my family down. This is my job. This is my place. I'm the provider. I'm this. I'm the rock. You know, I'm freaking. But that's not really true. It's a partnership. You know, just like you and Tiff, Kelly and I are in a partnership, and I can have a bad day, and she would step up to the plate, and she does all the time. I mean, she was putting up LED lights in Maya's room. That's like a man job that I should have been doing, but I just have to remember that I'm not like, I don't have a cape. I'm not a superhero. I'm not perfect. And there's no expectation other than my own expectation of me being perfect. So I don't know. It's a good topic, Justin. I appreciate you putting the thoughts into it.
Thanks, Caesar. I think it's important. I don't think we talk about it enough, you know, with taking care of ourselves, man. And like I said, man, I was just going through the same thing. And I think I found a healthy balance to whatever that looks like. But I'm really good once I find that healthy balance to go spiraling off in the freaking atmosphere again. You know what I mean? And I'm really, really good at it, you know? And I am one of those people that get hyper focused. I call it crackheadism, you know? I'm crackheadism, and I super focus on something, fixated, and I go after it. And I'm like, nothing else is of importance. And I'm really good at it, you know? And
I'm really bad at perfectionism. Like that's
me too.
But on the outside, it looks like I'm just a hard worker. And on the inside, what it really is that I don't want to fail. Like I have a fear of failure. So I drive myself into the damn ground, making sure, checking lists, checking them 4 times. Hey, did I send the email? But better double check, see if I sent the email, because I don't want to let anybody down. You know, it's people pleasing. It is perfectionism, and it's all character defects is what it is. It's not anything healthy.
Yeah, and it's giving yourself a fucking break too, man. It's like you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be. You know, it's okay to fail. You know, and there's a healthy fear of failure. You know what I mean? There is a healthy fear of failure, but there is also, we always take it to the unhealthy realm where I like to live. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, man. I set up shop over there. I got an apartment in the unhealthy realm. I pay rent in the unhealthy realm.
Yeah, a lot of rent, a lot of headspace too. You know. And it's not good. That's why, and it gets off, like I always say, man. You get in that little groove, and then it goes right off, you know, left field, you know. And it's like we got to bring ourselves back, you know. And sometimes being aware that we fell off into that left field is the more important thing. Being aware of it. Awareness is everything, right? Because some people aren't aware that there's a way out, right? And I think that's what Twitch had. What he felt like there was no way out. This was the only way. It was the only way to him, you know, and that's what we're like trying to, like, just talk to somebody, get it out there, put it out there, say you're just not happy, and it's okay. You know, it's okay to be unhealthy with your life, with your marriage, with your whatever it looks like, you know, but it's not the only way out is to, you know, take your own life, or anybody else's for that matter. So I'm going to read a few comments, and then we'll have Melissa share her.
Before the signal goes away, you got to put her in the
game. I know. I was like, damn, I should have had it shared before Caesar. But she wasn't there. It's all good. Let's see. We got Brittany says, since my dad passed away 3 weeks ago, I feel like my entire family and my mom and 2 sisters are gonna need therapy. It really helps to have a space to talk about things when you're not okay. And I'm so sorry about your dad passing away. And you know, therapy is a very, very, very great tool. It is necessary. especially in those situations, man.
Brittany, we're sending you hugs and love to you and your mom and your sisters. And oh my goodness, it is so hard to deal with loss. And especially this time of year, I'm just sending all my love to you guys. I'm so sorry.
We got Dustin says, I'm still so sick that I find myself feeling guilty that this isn't a difficult time of the year for me. I know it's a very tough time for many, and I feel like I don't have the right to be so happy, joyous, and excited when others are hurting. Don't feel guilty, my friend. It's okay. It's okay.
No, but that's real. That
I know
right
it's real.
dude, that's a good one to bring up, Dustin. That's some thick stuff right there.
Yeah. No, and it's true, man. Like, why should I be so happy? You know what I mean? Like, life is going good. Baby can't hear it. Say it one more time. No? You good? Okay. Oh, we got Ito in the house. I was just talking about you, my friend. Let's see. Those expectations are what get to you. We got Rachel. Oh, happy birthday, Rachel. We love you. I completely understand how you feel, love. My mom passed in October, and it's just a pain you can't really put into words. Sharing about it in meetings has carried me through, and I'm grateful for the fellowship that carries the pain with me. And that's facts. And she was there at a meeting when her mom passed away. She was there at a meeting that night, and everybody surrounded her with love. And that's what it's about. It's about the people having your back at your lowest points. That's what fellowshipping is all about. Ito, Dustin, yes, sir. It's always good to hop on this thing and hear some good word and sharing. Let's see. We got Brittany says, thank you, Tiff. Trenton, good to see you, buddy. Love you all, man. I needed this live. Good, man. I'm glad to see you on here, man. I see you out there. We got Christina says, I need to hear this tonight. Thanks for being here, you guys. Much love. Love you, Christina. Rachel says, love you all, family. All right. Melissa.
Happy birthday, Rachel.
Happy birthday.
Hey guys, I'm sorry for the connection. Listen, I'm sitting in my car in a parking lot outside a Mexican restaurant, somewhere in between where we were and my house. I wouldn't miss this for the world. This topic, when you sent me a message last night, I was like, this couldn't be better timing for me. It's an amazing ongoing struggle for me. Somebody asked me on a podcast recently about what is your biggest challenge in recovery. And there's been a lot, right? We find challenges, we face them, we grow through them. But one of the number one challenges that I still to this day, 9 years in, continuously have is the self-care and putting myself first and putting my recovery first. And, I want to bring inspiration to people. I want to be a leader in the community. And so it's hard for me to admit that and share that because I want to look like I have all my crap together, but I fail at it. I fail at taking care of myself and staying on the path that I know that is going to protect me from the character defects that Caesar mentioned earlier. And I'm going through that right now. And I'm not going to sit in this parking lot outside the Mexican restaurant and cry. I'm going to hold my shit together. But listen, it's hard. And what we're talking about tonight is very important and is very real because I don't know why I don't know what it is about us addicts. We all seem to have the same quality. We're overachievers. We're all afraid of failure and we're all people pleasers. Really, I don't know anybody that doesn't have those at the top of their characteristics in recovery. And those things can give you a drive that can lead to great successes. And they can also be what leads us to jails, institutions, and death. Okay. And for me, I'm at a place in my recovery where I don't have that obsession when something goes wrong that I think actually there's a liquor store right here. Like, I'm not getting ready to go take that next drink, not straight away. Like I used to be instant drink on something, right? But I struggle with depression. I have clinical depression. I have things that I have to balance and I have to maintain. And I am healthy and I'm good and I'm in a successful place in life now. because I took away the things that were keeping me from working on the things that caused the depression um, to surface. You know, like I have clinical things that if I don't manage it, it's a disease, um, then I'll try and self-medicate. And that's what alcohol and drugs were for me. Me self-medicating, trying to fix what was wrong with me. The stuff that I'm walking through right now, you know, I love that we're talking about this together, because one of the first, I'm going through something. I was punched in the gut. You wouldn't believe what it is that I've been walking through, because I haven't let it keep me from my journey of sharing hope. But it has been hard. It has been hard to get up every day and find something inspirational to say when I've had this weight on my chest and I have been walking through what I've been walking through. I've been in a spiritual warfare. And the thing is that the more I was fighting to try and maneuver through this warfare, the more that I was losing focus on the things that I need to do to keep myself healthy, mentally, spiritually, physically. And it was starting to trickle out into the important areas of my life, my family, my job, even into my interactions with my sober dash now.
To be continued.
We're all on the edge of our seats. That's a cliffhanger. That was good stuff. She was dropping fire.
I know. Hold on. Well, Melissa has been going through some stuff, and that's what it's about, man. It's you know, we talk all the time, and it's good that she reaches out and tells us what's going on, and like we're one of the first persons she talks to about it. And I love that, you know, that we can be that confidant. Because we're all here to support each other, and that's what it's all about. That's what this whole thing is about. This is what the Hope Shot is. It's supporting one another. It's helping one another. If you guys are struggling right now, reach out to us. Hit us up. We try to do as much as possible whenever we can. But we struggle. We all do. You know, we're just all humans trying to get better every day, you know, one way or another, you know, and it's some things work and some things don't. We have to figure out what works for us as individuals, personal. You know, I had to figure it out for myself, just like, you know, I started going, I used to go to the gym a lot, right? And it's the spiritual, it's the physical, it's the mental, it's all of it together that makes it so your mental health is in gear, right? And I started going back to the gym, you know, trying to follow in Caesar's footsteps, Big Daddy C's. But you know, trying to get back into that is something that's helped me a bunch. So maybe figure out that works. You know, hey, she's back, baby. Nope,
You gotta unmute.
Unmute. Wait.
That's the devil. I'm not giving up. If I
It's the devil.
I'm not laughing.
You kind of.
It was just that it did it right when she said it's the devil.
Because the devil. Oh man. You know.
Well, here I want to say something.
Go ahead.
For everyone that's watching, you know, we don't pretend to be perfect. We don't pretend to know it all. And we share our vulnerabilities because we're not above anybody. We're not above it. We're not above the people in these comments. We're not going to do recovery perfect. The point of the platform is for us all to be able to lean on each other, and for us to share our vulnerabilities and our mistakes, so that way you can go, oh man, you know, that dummy did it this way and it didn't work out good for him. Maybe I shouldn't do it that way. Or I can tell you things that did work for me, and you know, you can take them or leave them. But I hope we never paint a picture that we're perfect and life is perfect. We're all trudging the same road of recovery. And some days are glorious and beautiful, and some days are crappy. But at the end of the day, if we make it through it without picking up a drink or a drug, we got tomorrow to look forward to.
It's a successful day.
Yeah, really, at a bare minimum, because I couldn't do that before. So that's a successful day. Here we go. We're going to do it again.
Go.
I'm so glad you didn't give up.
I'm so sorry. I'm telling you, I'm not giving up. I got a message to tell. I was just saying I'm in spiritual warfare. I promise you that I have got stuff to tell people and I'm being held back. But I'm here to tell you that the self-care that I was talking about, if you don't have it, if you don't keep it, if you don't keep on that path and you don't take a step back from everything that you think is, where's my fingers, important, and reevaluate yourself and figure out, shake it off and figure out what's going on and just and take a personal care day, try everything that you can to get yourself back straight. The end result is not going to be good. And I was headed down that path. You would think in 9 years of sobriety and where I'm at, and Dustin said something interesting. I want to come back to that I would have so much to be grateful for, right? Listen, what Dustin said about having so much gratitude and so many wonderful things to be grateful for. I'm feeling guilty that I feel what I'm feeling right now. The sadness that I feel, what I'm going through with my book journey and the things that are upsetting me and that have really, they shook me. Like I was shook. Okay. And I'm a strong character. It takes a lot to shake me. I couldn't get out of bed. I was knocked down. I couldn't make it through the day without crying. I couldn't do it. And I would look around and I would be terrified to tell anybody how bad that my soul was hurting because I have so much to be grateful for. So who am I to complain or to be upset about what it is that I'm upset about, right? That's where I was at. And so I was tormenting myself with the fact that I have finally achieved so many wonderful things. I've got my 21-year-old who flew into town to spend time with me. This is the girl that would not even talk to me for at some points. Things are good. I've worked hard. My family has worked hard and we have achieved a lot of things together and God has provided a lot of blessings. And I am so grateful. I love where I am in my life, but I do not love what it is that I'm walking through with this one particular thing. And I was trying to do it on my own. It's a lonely place that I was in, and it was eating me alive. The depression was taking over just as fast as it would. I might as well have been drinking. Do you know what I mean? They say you take that drink, you relapse, you go back to it's like it starts all over again. I might as well have, because I was allowing myself, my actions, my thoughts, my behavior to act as if I was dry drunk. And I reached out to Justin. I said, I need to vent. I need to vomit. Like Tiffany said, I don't trust anybody. I had a good reason to not trust anybody when I was hit with what I was hit with. I talked to my husband about it, but I don't have a team. I'm an author. I don't have like admin running my page. It's just me. And a lot of people around me are so sick of hearing about what it is that I'm trying to accomplish. So, I don't want to burden them. My kids hear me say sober now or hope shot or I'm sober. So now what, one more time, they're going to lose it. So I'm like, I'm lonely, but I'm so in love and passionate with this journey I'm on for spreading hope and meeting people and doing what it is that I'm doing. So I was tormenting myself. And I finally I just said, you know what? I'm done. December, I'm done. For right now, I'm done. I'm going to pull back. I'm going to transition. I made a game plan. I got into gratitude. I know I talk about it all the time. And when you're in a dark place and you're hurting and it's hard to reach for that gratitude. But I had to look for why it was that I needed to keep going and why I needed to keep moving forward. And it started with reaching out to my network, the Hope Shot. and the few trusted people. I got a meeting with one of the authors that has helped me from the beginning. I confided in my mentor, who's also my boss, and I picked myself back up, and I'm going. I'm still, you know, I started getting broken up when I was talking about it. I'm still in a lot of pain. I'm still walking through it, but I canceled some appointments. Some people wanted me to do some podcasts. I had to say I wasn't available. I couldn't go to some meetings. I couldn't drive to Atlanta and speak at a DUI court graduation, which is where my journey started. That's like my stuff, you know? I want to go stand in front of 60 to 100 people and say, I'm you. Keep on the right path when you walk out of this graduation. I want to do that. I don't have it in me. I don't. Not right now. I have it in me for in a little bit once I recharge myself. January, watch out, world. I'm going to be ready. Right now, I'm spending some time with my family. I got online with the Hope Shot because y'all are my family. And I always have time for you. I always have time for everybody that's listening and watching. Y'all are my connection. Y'all are a lifeline for me. But everything else, I just pushed back. My husband said, we'll get this book relaunched like today. Sit down, we'll do it. I just looked at him and I said, I don't want to. I don't. I want to wait until January, and I want to take our time, and I want to add some stuff to it that a publisher I had wasn't letting me put in, and that I know that is important to our community, because I'm in recovery. I know these people what they need to hear. Like, I want to process it some, and I want to do it right, and I want to have fun with it, and I want that authenticity to come out and touch other people's lives. And it's not gonna if I'm forcing things and I'm pushing things and I'm overextending myself, and and I'm just doing that checklist that me and Caesar talk about, checking off the list. And so, putting you first, this topic, it's a must, you guys. You've got to do it. And sometimes we don't want to look at ourselves in the mirror. Sometimes we don't want to hear our own selves talk. Sometimes we don't want to sound like a baby, and all we really need to do is just be a big fat baby and blurt it all out and vomit to our friends, get it out of our system so we can pick up our big girl pants and get on down the road. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do it. You can't give up. The option is not to give up. You got to go through it. And in order to do that, you've got to be good to yourself, and you've got to be real with yourself. And you've got to, you can't love other people unless you're loving yourself. And one of the best ways to find that love for yourself is to reach out with other people and just be real and tell the truth about what it is that you're walking through. Because I guarantee, if you do, whether you cry your way through it, cuss your way through it, whatever you do to get yourself through that conversation, the person on the other side is going to not only be there for you and understand, but they're going to probably have needed to hear what you said, because it's going to help them heal too. That's unity. That's all I got.
That's facts right there.
I
man.
made it without
You dropped it. Yo, I'm so glad you didn't give up. You didn't give up.
No, that was fantastic.
I love you guys.
And you said that you don't have like a circle. We're your circle.
We're your team.
You're an author. Yeah, you don't have a team, you said. We're your team.
Yeah,
These
right?
people out here on the live are watching just for you, Melissa, Dustin.
You got fans in here.
I love
Christina,
it. I love all of y'all.
We love you too.
And just to let you know, if anybody needs a book, there's somebody whose father passed away recently. She left a comment. I write about that, about walking through early stages of sobriety and losing my father and how I managed that. That's in my book. And I too was at a meeting. My father passed away. Hours later, I was in a meeting. I was in the room, so I didn't leave them. Those were my people. That's where I went. So that was a great suggestion to get to meetings, stay around your people. But if somebody wants a book or needs one, I have copies, and I can put them at whatever price I want, or I can give them out for free all I want the month of December, because I have that control now.
Melissa, what's the name of your book?
I'm sober, so now what? A Journey of Hope and Healing. And if anybody wants a copy or wants to purchase a copy, because the proceeds are going towards helping our sober community, message me on Sober Now, and I'll mail it to you. I'll book rate it to you. I'll get it to you. I'll drive it to you. I'll walk it to you. Call me. I'll read it to you.
Oh,
I'll
oh,
send
wait,
you an
wait, wait,
email.
wait, wait. You're gonna read it to us? Like, I need
Yeah.
bedtime stories.
Yeah, bedtime.
That could be like the
bedtime
next
stories.
16 episodes of The Hope Shot is you reading your book.
Yes, and
Bed-
Caesar acting
bed-
it out. No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bedtime stories with Melissa Gissy Witherspoon. Yeah,
Yep,
for
Oh
sure.
my
No,
God.
but I'll make
We
it
You
available.
have to
now.
sit by
I
a
wrote it,
fireplace when you do it, though, with a cup of tea.
yeah, with a cup of hot cocoa. Yeah,
Yes.
no, but I mean, I want to offer that because it's my testimony and it's a part of me sharing who I am for what I just talked about, for that connection, because I know that there's somebody out there that will identify with it and that needs to know that they're not alone. So if I can offer that, I'd love to.
Should get Morgan Freeman to narrate it for us.
Oh,
Be quiet. I actually said that to somebody recently. They were talking about somebody doing the audiobook, and I was like, I want Morgan Freeman. He'll
Who doesn't
definitely
want
do
Morgan
it.
Freeman?
Goals.
Or
Tell you right now.
so who does the document? Sigourney Weaver. She does those like nature documentaries. Sigourney Weaver, is that her name? Anyway,
The girl from Alien.
So how can
Yeah.
they get one?
Have her.
How can they get a book?
YouTube.
right now it's not
Or-
online anymore. I'm in the middle of a relaunch, so it won't
Oh,
launch
yeah.
online and until January. So if they want a copy, I'll have to mail it to them. I'll sign it and make a special.
Brittany, message the Hope Shot. We'll get you connected. So anybody that wants a book, connect with us. We'll get you connected. We'll help you get that book too.
Yeah, you've done that in the past, Justin, and it has gotten to some of your people. They've contacted me, so for sure do that. And I
will.
promise I'll get it to whoever wants it. Yeah.
You know, Melissa, I loved how you said like 2000, January, you're going to take a little hiatus, because all this crap that went on, and you need it. You need that recharge, right? And I love that in January, you're like, I'm ready to fire it up, and that's how I feel like we are, with the Hope Shot, it's like we took a little hiatus, we like calmed down a little bit. We didn't leave. We're still here,
Yeah, we need you.
Yeah, and but 2000, January, man, we want to fire it back up, and get the good works out there, man, and just do it right, not do it out of anything else, but doing it right. And that I think is the most important part, is to pump the brakes, refocus, recharge, and then go at it again. Because a lot of us just go at it until next thing you know, we're freaking fumbling down the road and flipping the car, and
yeah.
And it's just not we gotta recognize those things, as we always say. Caesar, you were bringing something up earlier about the guys, man. Guys are so proud and so much ego that they don't want to let people know they're going through something or they're struggling, because it's a form of weakness. And I think men struggle the most. And I'm not saying anything about women. Women struggle too, but men struggle because their pride and ego get in the fucking way of the struggle. They won't let people in, be vulnerable for a moment.
Listen, it was pounded home. My dad pounded that home to me. Like, you don't talk about it. Like, outside of the house, nobody knows what's going on. You don't talk about it. You do what you have to do, and that's it. And you're talking about decades of a learned behavior that I'm trying to unlearn, to try to be vulnerable and let people know what's going on. The way that I share in meetings and I share on here is not the way that I talked 2 and 5 years ago, because probably 5 years ago, I was still trying to pretend like my recovery was perfect. But you can't get help if you never talk about the problems you're having. So the way I share now is I share what's going on, and I share the mistakes that I've made. Because if I only share about how great everything is, how approachable am I really to a newcomer? How relatable am I? I'm not. They're like, okay, well, Mr. Perfect shared again. Great, moving on. But I've made a ton of mistakes. I got through them all sober. That's fine. But, I want to share the mistakes, and I want to share what's going on between my ears, so that A, I can receive help, and B, so somebody can go, oh man, if that jackass can do it, any of us can do it. Like, he's batshit crazy and he can do it, and we have to get vulnerable and share the mistakes and share the stuff that's going on, or else or else I just walk around with my own best thinking, and I can't fix a broken brain with a broken brain. So I need y'all's help.
Broken brain.
That's it. I can't fix my broken brain with my broken brain. So I have to have God and you guys, the God of my understanding, and I have to have you guys, and I bounce it off everybody. God's the ultimate authority, and then I run with it. But if I don't slow down and clear out my crazy ass brain, I can't hear God. So then I go right back to just listening to myself.
We got Ito says rest is a major part of this walk because in it there's a chance to recreate. Rest is a key. I love that. It's a chance to recreate. Yo, Ito got that fire.
Oh.
We need to get him on here next week.
Wait, real quick, shout out to him. If you're in the Newport Richey area, BNG are gathering together. Mark your calendars for Friday, January 13th, 7 to 9. Or right?
Something like that. It's
Come
close
see
enough.
Ito. Hang out
Starts
with
at
us.
7. Nobody knows when it's going to end, but it starts at 7.
Well, if you're in our area and you're curious about it, message us.
Yes. But he's coming down next month, man. It's going to be a new year, new time to grind. I think it's 2 years that he's been coming down here to spread the message, man, to talk about recovery and tying it all together. It's pretty good. So I think that's it for tonight, guys. Unless you got anything else you want to put out there?
I'm so happy to see you, Melissa. I love you.
Who's that on your shoulder?
I love you guys too.
Hey, JC boy.
Jace!
He's toothless. He lost a tooth. But
Toothless and ruthless.
You got Santa Claus and Tooth Fairy coming up in this thing. Let's see. Here, real quick. I gotta read this real quick. And we got Rowan says, I'm struggling with being clean, but I'm still having a lot of addict behavior. I've been clean 40 days and I want to change instantly. I know it's not going to happen like that, but growth is a process and it's not going to happen instantly. I have to be patient in becoming someone I've never been before. Thank you, Hope Shot, for everything you do. Well, thank you, Rowan. I'm glad to see you here, man. Yeah, just give yourself a break. Don't beat yourself up too much. Congratulations on 40 days. Keep going at it. Keep going to meetings. Keep figuring it out. Just don't pick up no matter what.
Don't pick up no matter what. And the biggest thing is, freaking just pick one tiny thing, one thing to focus on for a little while and let the rest be. And then once you start building that muscle of like, heck yeah, look at me changing this one thing. And then you can move on to the one next thing, like little tiny baby steps.
Yes. It's the baby steps. It's the baby steps that add up to the big steps.
They smell bad.
Yeah, that's right. So guys, are we doing this next Saturday or next Sunday? It's Christmas.
I mean, I'll be home because it's Christmas, but it's
you want to? It's up to y'all.
How about this? More will be revealed.
There we go. All right. So we might see you guys.
We might see you on Christmas.
And if not, we'll definitely see you sometime. We'll work it out, but we didn't talk about that yet. But we hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, no matter what.
Oh, hold on a second. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but read that.
I'll come on with y'all. All right. You know what?
We're going to come on.
We got to come on.
We're going to be here on Christmas. If Dustin's coming, I'm coming.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Dustin.
Do it.
Yes. So next
That's
week,
the motivation I need right there.
Dustin seals the deal, baby.
That's like saying Melissa's going to be on. I got to be here, even if the Bucks got their butts whipped. I'm here.
Wait, is football on next week?
Yes, but no.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you next Sunday on Christmas when we'll bring in this Christmas cheer with y'all, man. And we hope to see you guys there. And if we don't see you, make sure you have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and make sure you get some time with your family and enjoy it and be present in the moment and take care of you. Do something nice for you this week.
Or time with your fellowship if you don't have family.
Do something nice for you and do something nice for somebody else, man. That's what it's about. That's what Christmas spirit's all about. So love y'all. Good night.
Merry Christmas. Bye.